What's up, everyone? Draft-a-Palooza is back. We're drafting best ball teams all summer long here in the Palooza. It is Monday, new week, new set of drafts. We're taking a look at Underdog. But first, before we start our drafts, we got to talk about the latest fantasy football headlines. All right, so news, risers, fallers. That's what it's all about. We're drafting early best ball teams, so we have to really be aware of, let me make sure my mic is working properly. Remember to. We have to be aware of what news is going out. We got to get ahead of news if we can. We got to get behind news on occasion if we can. Yeah, once again, it's the wrong fucking...
It's crazy. All right. Microphone is fixed again. Why does it keep reverting back? I don't know. But here we are. So we got to stay on top of the news because it's affecting ADPs. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to lose, especially in these early contests. So a couple little news items, little nuggets. I mean, the biggest one, of course, remains the news that Rashee Rice is likely to get a monster suspension. He was convicted. You know, he's getting jail time for reckless driving. People were hurt. It's a bad scene with Rashee Rice. Look for the NFL to want to set an example with him and the whole fast driving thing that's catching up to so many of these players. Like, guys, calm the fuck down, right? So 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, which effectively makes him useless in most best ball formats. Do not draft Rashee Rice. Elevate Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown's going to be a beast. Elevate Xavier Worthy significantly. Even Travis Kelce, and dare I say it? I'm scared to say it. Juju Smith-Schuster? Right? Gross. But maybe. But probably not. But the other guys, definitely. Right, so that. I'll scan through the DFS Army. Breaking news. Do you know we have breaking news over at dfsarmy.com? Under the NFL tab, you get all the latest news. 58 minutes ago, up to the minute. So Najee Harris still not showing up on field, still on the pup, hurt his eye. What does it all mean? It means Omarion is for real to me. I think Najee Harris on a one-year deal, they're not. He's just a backup. He's just the backup. Omarion Hampton, you don't take first-round running backs to not play them. So makes me more interested in Omarion Hampton. I was already interested enough, but now it increases it. Little Tortellini over in the Colts. I don't know what that's about. Don't care. Micah Parsons. Don't care. DJ Shark. Don't care. Lions looking to push the ball downfield. Don't care. Amon-Ra practicing is interesting. This one is the one I want to get to. The next big news nugget item. Quinshon Judkins, the old wife beater, beat the girlfriend up. Guy can't keep his hands to himself. Get arrested for domestic abuse. The NFL does not appreciate their players getting caught beating up their women. Guys, stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. When I was 21, I wasn't beating up anybody. I wasn't beating up any women ever. But certainly not when you're 21. If you're 21 years old, Quinshon Judkins, and you just got a fucking NFL contract, okay, and you're about to embark on a life where you're rich, okay? Let's say you've got a girlfriend that's pissing you off. Here's what you do. You say, bye, Felicia, and that's it. Move on. The next one is really, really easy to acquire. When you're a 21-year-old NFL football player, the next girl is just a finger snap away. Yeah. Right now, I am familiar with the diss track, and I don't know how to address it here on this, other than to say this. Davis Maddock has been very adamant, apparently, all season long. This is what I heard. I only heard I can do the contest. I was planning on doing underdog, in fairness. I was planning on doing some underdog drafts. Can I throw in a DraftKings one? if a couple of people ask. Ray Zanny, I'm sure you're more up on the controversy, but let me finish with Judkins. Okay. Judkins beating up his woman. Stop doing that. Okay. There's another one. You're a fucking NFL player now, and you're about to sign a contract worth, I don't know, $7 million, $8 million. So you're rich. You're athletic. You're everything that pretty much every Instagram model is looking for, right? So if you want to fight with your woman, just when you're about to do that, guys, and you want to domestically violate them or whatever the fuck you're doing, stop and think and say, you know what? She's pissing me off. Instead of using physical violence, I'm going to simply say, all right, you know what? It's not working out. Thanks for the memories. I'll take you home. I'm going to drop you off at your house. Listen, go do whatever it is you're doing. Because I got 50 other just like you waiting in the Rolodex. What the fuck are you guys doing? All right. Anyway. He was arrested. $2,500 bond. Very low bond. Not under contract as of yet. That's kind of weird. Still not under contract. Not sure how that works with suspensions. By the way, that's a whole other thing. I don't know how that works. But the expectation is he will get a suspension. He will lose some time. And when you're a rookie and you lose time early in the season, it kind of fucks up your whole year. So not looking good for Judkins. Ford and Dylan Sampson are the two sort of backups. Chase Brown, a focal point. That's a headline. We already know this. We don't need to know. Jamo looking good. Headline 3 hours ago. Whatever. We know that Jamo looks good. They always say Jamo looks good. Rashee Rice participating in camp, knowing the suspension is looming. Will Levis missing the season, and no one cares. Guys, I've got a big one here. A big piece of news. News is important. A whole weekend passed. This one's big. Chris Godwin. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin will continue to rehab with trainers and will not participating in team activities as he recovers from last season's ankle injury. Ankle injury. I don't know. How long does that last? Well, I don't fucking know. It's not an ACL. We know an ACL is about 10 to 12 months. Ankle injury? That could be 6 months. That could be 6 years. I don't know. What's going on with the ankle? Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's a very critical player this year. He's got a lot riding on him. If he plays, he's GOAT. If he doesn't play, Emeka Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, there's so many other people that will be affected by this guy for best ball purposes. The news puts a damper on hopes of reuniting the veteran tandem of Godwin and Evans heading a damper. Oh, that's not good. His status for the start of the regular season is now in question as the Bucs monitor his recovery. McMillan and Egbuka will see an increase in target share if Godwin isn't ready by week 1. So these are things we've been talking about on Draft-a-Palooza all throughout the season. Unlike Ray Zanny, your boy, Davis Maddock, who's been telling everybody not to worry about Rashee Rice, that there won't be a suspension. That's what I understand the controversy is about. That's why I'm bringing that shit up. Because when you come here, you ain't going to hear that shit. We're keeping it real. We haven't drafted any Rice all season. I showed it to you last time. We don't have any Rice. Have we been drafting Rice? Hell no. Why? Suspension looming. The other guy who's got a suspension looming is Addison, who already also has like his conviction for whatever the fuck he did. And so Addison likely going to miss 2 or 3 games. His infraction was nothing like Judkins or Rashee Rice's, much less he'll miss less time, right? But we've been on it. We've been on it. We knew this. We've been talking about it the whole time. So, that being said, it's not a day without an eliminator. I got to do an eliminator on every one of these streams so that we get enough eliminators in. I just saw Tattoo gave me a sheet. I don't know where it's from. Of some person site. I'm not sure yet. Can't credit it. Not going to show it. Not going to show it on screen. Giving out guidelines for the eliminator. 3, 2, 1 eliminator slow draft starting now. Right? Tattoo Freak sent me an outline from someone trying to explain how to win the eliminator. Now, I don't know if these people are fucking morons or what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on with it. But people are morons? I'm not sure. But in this guy's recommendation sheet that Tattoo Freak showed me before, and again, I don't know where it came from. I don't know what site. I'm certainly not sharing it here because it's somebody else's content. Not to mention that I don't want you to see such, let's call it mediocre to low-level analysis, right? I don't want you guys to get fucked up by that. I don't even want to get fucked up by it. But this guy's heavily recommending stacking. You have to stack your teams. That gives you spike weeks. And I'm like, are you a fucking moron? What? The whole point of the eliminator is it doesn't matter about the stack weeks. You don't want the stack weeks. You need consistent scoring week after week after week after week in this contest, right? It's going to be head-to-head matchups, mano y mano, one-on-one after the first week. So we got to get through the first week. Remember how it works. A bunch of you fuckers are drafting against me right now. We're in a pod of 12. We need 6 of us to emerge, and then we'll be sent out into the ether to compete with randos, right? Thank goodness, because I don't want to compete with you guys all throughout the season. You're literally watching streams where I give every piece of like information that I possibly have about, and I'm not saying I have all this great information. I'm saying when I have it, I'm sharing it here. And so, man, I don't want to go up against that all season long. Luckily, we only have to face one another in week 1. 6 of us get through, and then we go into the ether out there, and it's one-on-one matchups for the whole rest of the year, right? Now, what do we know about head-to-heads versus tournaments, right? We play DFS on DraftKings. We've been analyzing it for years, and we all have learned already, you do not want to stack in a head-to-head cash game. That's the opposite of what you want to do. If the quarterback fails and he brings 2 players on your team down with him, you have no chance of making it past the week. And we only care about making it past the week. It's the opposite. So I'm reading sheets from other sites. I don't know if it's all like this, but where they're giving the exact wrong advice. Or at least I think it's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. But I think it's wrong. The numbers say it's wrong. The math says it's wrong. Everything that I've ever done in my whole life says it's wrong. But hey, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So there you have it. We are off and running in the eliminator. Let's get the draft board on the screen. Let's get the full-size draft board going. I always have to stop the stream in order to add this other one and give you a little NASCAR image in the background there. And then, for those of you who don't know, I also do some NASCAR breakdowns here. You've seen it too? Yeah, I was like, am I tripping? Wait, I'm up. Oh, no, I auto-picked. I wasn't paying attention. Fuck. All right. We got CeeDee Lamb. We auto-picked. It happened. It happened in real time. It's embarrassing. Yeah, Polak, listen. I'm keeping it real. I don't look at too many other sites. I really don't. I don't like to. I appreciate wisdom of the crowd, but at the same time, I don't look at too many other sites. I like to formulate my own opinions, especially when it comes to trying to beat a game. One of the things I do when I play any game is I try to figure out, all right, how do you beat this game? What is the trick to beating this game? And so, best ball is just it's a game that we want to try to beat. And if you get too much information from outside, but yeah, I mean, this is what they're telling people. That's going to make it much easier for us to win here. So I hope they keep saying that to people and that keeps happening, but really wild. Like, what are you guys doing? This is exactly the opposite of what you want to do. You don't want to be forcing stacks. That's for sure. If a stack happens, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not that heavy stacking is bad. The bad part is when you build your team around the concept of I'm going to build a stack here and I'm going to grab players that fit my stack rather than in this contest just taking what you need to get past the week. Should I, I'm not going to reach down around to get a wide receiver to go with my quarterback when there are like better wide receivers that are available here. Better. Now, this is not a format where we want to fuck around too much at the running back position. You need a lot of running backs. That was another thing. The whole breakdown that I read was emphasizing wide receivers and having really good wide receivers, which doesn't make any sense. Do I recommend stacking in other formats? Yes. At every format type, guys, every format type that is a one-off, like where it's tournament. So let me explain why stacking works, Nate Kohler. Yes, outside of the marathon format, which I've seen here on Underdog as well, I have not seen it on DraftKings. Outside of the marathon should not be stacked. Marathon is also cumulative scoring, but when you get the reason stacking is important in these in like the puppy, okay, is because even in the final, let's say you make it past. The problem is when you get to the playoffs, just to advance the first week, it's like first out of 10 or 12. Okay, fine, I could do that. Next week, it's first out of 12 again, and then you got to beat out like 500 in the final. Like it's like a 500 man. So basically what happens is as you get to the playoffs in these contests, everybody's team is good. They're all in the playoffs. They're all good teams. Every single team that you're up against is good because they made the playoffs. They beat their entire pod, right? So now they're in the playoffs. They definitely have a good team. So in order to get past 11 other of those, yeah, you need a team that's somewhat correlated, or you don't need it. It helps to have a team that's somewhat correlated because the only way you're getting past those playoff weeks is by having like monster spike weeks. That could be like a Jared Goff throws for 5 touchdowns week to his pass catchers. Therefore, you want, if you have a Goff stack of Goff and his guys and Amon-Ra or Jamo or whoever goes along with him, and he has that week when you're in the playoffs, oh, I advanced. Cool. Thanks a lot. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate, doing business with you. You know what I mean? Like that's how you get it done. Let's see what's going on here at running back. Wide receiver, don't like. All right, I'm going to go James Cook. I don't really love James Cook as much in this format as maybe some of the other running backs. I had to take one because we got CeeDee Lamb here, but I don't love James Cook. I'll explain why in this format. Again, James Cook is a spike week style running back, or at least he was last year, where he did most of his damage at low volume based on scoring a lot of touchdowns, which is great. And he will have those weeks. Very, very good player for best ball in general, but maybe not the best player for the eliminator, where, again, I don't so much need volatile week to week. I need consistency, especially from these early guys. Did you see any of the updates? Season player props, clock. Let's see any of the. I have not looked at season player props at all. Vegas says Buffalo predict to score the most points. What you don't see is who's scoring outside of Allen or Shakir. Yeah, it's mostly Allen. So really interesting, Nate. What we discovered last year, just playing a whole year of DFS, was that for the most part in Buffalo games, Allen was, now last year, that could change this year, and it probably will. But last year, Allen was borderline unstackable. Like even when Allen was winning tournaments, it was pretty rare that he carried a wide receiver with him. And I'll tell you what my reasoning is for why. I think part of it was they had Khalil Shakir priced as if he was some sort of like starting, semi-stud wide receiver for most of the year. So even when he did pop for a good game, well, we're up next here. So let's see what's going on the board. Okay, wide receivers, QBs. Get Jalen here. Get Burrow, Jalen. Let's go for Jalen Hurts. Let's get a stud, the rare stud QB in this format. I don't do this too often. Let's see how this works out. I didn't love the running backs that were available in the next few picks. So I figure I'm going to go a little different. I'll still get a bunch more running backs, but just waiting a little bit. And we'll get our stud quarterback in there. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, with Buffalo, Khalil Shakir in DFS was priced like on DraftKings. I think it was like over 6K. So he was priced in that weird place of like where they price really, really good volume wide receivers. And the problem was Khalil Shakir really wasn't that. So while he had a couple of good games, even when he had good games for him, like the 18s and the 17s, that really wasn't even 4x value on his salary. So like even when he had a great game, he still wasn't able to get there. And then you're asked, well, why did price him so high? And I think it's priced a little bit based on demand. And so many people were trying to stack Josh Allen with him that it just artificially drove up his ownership a little bit. And the end result was pretty gross. It was just where the whole season, Josh Allen never was really stacked in any winning lineups. He did have winning lineup. He had nut scores where Josh Allen was the quarterback you needed in order to win a big tournament last year. That did happen, but it was rare that it combined with a player. It's not unheard of. I think Curtis Samuel had a big week one week. I think Keon Coleman had a big week. It did happen, but it just wasn't consistent at all. We got to get our running back in, guys. This format, we need running back. So we got our third running back here, DeAndre Swift. I got Hurts. I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Brown, Cook, and Swift. That's enough. So now we take a look at the wide receivers. We got our QB. We got a luxury QB in there, the rare luxury QB. I don't do that often. You're not going to see me take a luxury QB very much, and even less in this format. Another piece of news, guys. So as the news is flowing, we're kind of going through these rounds, and I feel like I should be pointing out who my least favorite pick in each round is. I just don't want to do it if one of you guys takes a player. I don't want to like rip on it because no one enjoys getting their Cheerios pissed in, guys. But let's do a quick like look through round by round. Obviously, you guys already have watched a lot of these. We're gonna make I still have to do a full form video, but round two. I mean, to me, AJ Brown is the worst pick in round two. Fungul with Hall and Omarion on the turn. I can't fault that. I don't mind it. Round three, worst pick. Probably Tyreek Hill for me in round three. Are we on the clock yet? No. Tyreek Hill, probably worst pick for me in round three. Sorry, Tarara. Yeah, I mean, everybody else solid. JSN got even better. His prospects improved. Yeah, I'd say for me, Reek, worst pick in round three. Round four, Joe Mixon, worst pick in round four for me. In this one, that'd be the bad pick. Why is it bad, Kev? Dude, it's just a bad pick. I don't know what to tell you. Joe Mixon, he's old. He's got real competition for touches. Maybe it'll work out. I just don't love it. Worst pick in round five. Let's see here. Again, I don't know. I think I'm going back to one of our favorites here, Tarara 25. I don't like RJ Harvey there at all. I mean, of course, Rashee Rice is the worst pick. Spartan. So yeah, that happened. So we got our sucker Spartan taking Rashee Rice. Bye. You want to make it past week 1? Doesn't matter. Don't have to worry about him. So that's clearly the worst pick in round 5. Round 6. Yeah, oh man, Drago. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh yeah. I mean, round 6, it's getting sketchier, but for me, Chris Olave, probably the worst pick in round 6. I don't really get it. Nothing good about Olave with no quarterback. He's an injury risk anyway, and there's not a lot of upside there. So I'm going to go with Olave as the worst pick so far in round 6. I guess I'll give a nod to, I was going to say ETN, but no, I think he's okay over there. Round 7. Another piece of news. Guys, you know I love Ricky Pearsall. Fact 74, grab Ricky Pearsall. Love Ricky Pearsall. But it's newsworthy that he is now on PUP with some injury that he got in OTA. So hopefully that's not a big deal. You know, who can trust these guys? It's July. Nothing to be too concerned about. But it's annoying that Pearsall has some sort of an injury right now. And especially that it's mysterious and the team isn't really letting on as to far as what's going on with it. So just be aware. Oh, I just auto picked. Oh, fuck. I just auto picked again. The worst pick is mine, Deebo Samuel. Maybe it's a good pick. You know what? I think I'm cool with it. I auto picked Deebo Samuel. Not gonna lie, I didn't pick that. Was doing the worst pick segment, Ray. This is what happens. This is what happens when you're trying to do a segment and draft simultaneously. Worst pick in round 7. It's not going to be Deebo. I'm happy with the Deebo pick. It's hard to pick a worst pick at this point. Stephon Diggs, other news. Steffi Diggs participating in, camp activities. So could be okay. There we go. That's going to be, I'll throw Jaden Reed in there as my worst pick in round 7. Jaden Reed, I don't know. It's not on the field that much. 60% target share. It's not good enough. The next worst pick will be whoever takes Judkins. Don't do that. I think the worst pick was me taking Hurts that soon. No need for it. Still lots of good wide receivers on the board. Still plenty of actual starting running backs. There are a couple of names that will be starting probably for their teams. Definitely wide receivers that are good are still on the board as well. Tight end group getting thin, but still good tight ends. Tarara, owner of 2, quote, worst pick in the rounds titles, going for a 3rd with Tyrone Tracy. No, he's fine there. Yeah, of course they can do that, Nate Kohler. That's the whole concern. Like, who trusts San Francisco at this point? Who trusts them to give us true information? Last year they said McCaffrey was fine, and then he was gone. So, that's exactly why. This is exactly why it's concerning that the guy is on the pup. It's not because any other reason. It's just San Francisco. I don't trust them. Now, you know what? You know what San Francisco did? Let me take you through this, guys. Okay? It's what San Francisco did to us. Now we lost trust. What about losing trust? Let me explain. Okay? Because then you'll get it when I explain. You can't lose trust. You have a girlfriend, right? She cheats on you. You catch her. She's busted. She's crying. I'm so sorry. I would never do it. I was out with my friends. I was drunk. It was no big deal. I didn't mean it. Blah, 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 blah. Right? I didn't mean it. I was drunk. I was out with my girlfriends. Everybody was doing it. It was my bachelor party. Whatever her excuse is. And you're a sucker. You're basically a simp. You want to believe it. Here's the thing. Trust is gone. At that point, every single time she leaves the house with her girlfriends, what's the first thing that's going to go through your mind? She's banging somebody. She's like, oh, I'm going to my yoga lessons, right? And you see this, 25-year-old ripped stud, got a dick hanging down fucking from his waist to the knee, to the kneecap. Looks like a baby's arm just swinging around and shit. He's like, oh, I'm going to help your woman. Hell no. What? Hell no. You crazy? I don't trust her. You lose trust. That's it. Now there's no more trust here. Here we go. Javante. Making it my brand this year, Javante. Let's fucking go. What a weird brand to make it. Like, where's Fantasy Receipts? Geek said Javante was going to have a good year. So anyway, hope you guys are with me. Tyrone and Scattaboo. He doubled down. Making sure one of them at least will be acceptable. Back to it. So that's what happens. There's no trust left with San Francisco. She cheated on us. She lied. Then when she got caught, she lied again. Then she got caught. She cried and said, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. Whoa, Mayfield going this late after Brock Purdy, after Dak Prescott. What the fuck is going on? First of all, what the fuck is going on in this draft? Okay. Mayfield goes after Bo Nix, Dak? Who is that? Big Punisher? Big Pun? Why would you take Dak? He doesn't have, for George Pickett, for the stack. Oh, he's watching different content. He's forcing stacks. He's forcing a stack, guys. This is what I was talking about. You don't have to force a stack. Drake may. Drake with who? He said, I got Drake. Oh, I need a stack. So then he went and got Dak Prescott because he had George Pickens. You don't need a stack in this format. You just need good players. There goes Quinshon Judkins to Spartan. He has no idea who's healthy. This guy Spartan takes all of the hurt players. Thank you for locking in that you will lose, sir. I have so much Bateman. I'm almost sick of him. Let's go for another QB here. I really don't need it, but I want it. No. All right, fuck it. Second QB. Double stud. Week 9, week 5. Remember, in this format, bye weeks are important. You got to pay attention to when your players are on bye. If you miss a start, you're going to lose the whole thing. I can't believe no comments came in on my analogy of San Francisco being like a girlfriend that cheated on you. I feel like it hit too close to home. I feel like that hit a little too close to home for some people. They're like, I've been there. I've lived that and it sucked. And so now you don't even want to talk about it. You're not even going to mention it in the chat. Like, yeah, bro, I get that shit. Because it's too painful. I understand it. It's a painful memory. There's no trust. Once cheating has happened, I don't believe it's possible to truly go back. At least not for me. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's never happened to me. So I don't know. But I would assume that I would never go back. Like, nope. Even forgive, maybe. Could forgive. But can't go back. It's already done. It's too much. I need some wide receivers. I've got 3 wide receivers on bye week 10. That is not good. I'm going to load up on wide receivers to finish out this draft. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh, worst pick. Let's go back to it. Let's see here. All right. We did round 8, 9. Let's do round 8. Or J.K. Dobbins. Go. Addison is the worst pick in round 8. Again, Addison likely to be suspended. Yeah, that's not a good pick, dude. Addison, very bad pick. Round 9. Let's see. I can't see the name, guys. If I pick the player that you picked, all right. 2 bad picks in round 9. I mean, I'm not going to criticize Ramondre too much, especially if this person has no Razor. I'm not going to. I know Ray, you love Ramondre, so I'm definitely not going to criticize there. But Dak Prescott ahead of all these other guys, that's a bad pick. That very bad pick there. Yeah, Dak ahead of all these guys, ahead of Baker. Everybody ahead of Baker was a bad pick, pretty much. Now, Coleman Judkins, obviously the bad pick of round 10. That's just stupid. He's not even signed on a team right now. This is the backup running back zone. Can't critique that too much. Trey Harris, Hollywood Brown. Trey Harris there is interesting. Trey Harris is maybe arrow pointing up right now. There goes Ayuk. I was thinking about him in the last round as well. What pick are we up to? 138. We can use another tight end. But more important than tight ends, wide receivers right now. I'm going to go with John's turd. Now that I just want to make sure, week 12. I'm just at this point, trying to figure out wide receivers that don't have a bye week overlapping with one I have. So we're going to have to take a bunch of wide receivers to make up for some of that. But I still need more tight ends. I probably could still use one more running back. Do we think that Dylan Sampson will get his shot? Ray Zanny got to get to week 3. Week 3 is in the money in this contest, Ray. That's what, once you're in week 3, you're in the money. You're getting paid. You get past week 3, you're getting paid. You're getting your money back. That's what we want to do. Let's start. The first thing we try to do is get our money back. The second thing we try to do is take everybody else's money. But first, we want to get our money back. That's how you got to navigate this contest. Get past week 1. Let's go. Like, we're going to be checking this. After week 1, I'm going to legitimately check. And, if you only hit 50% advance rate, then that's average. And, there's a lot of excuses for why that might happen. But whatever it is, if I only hit 50%, at least it's because I'm drafting pretty much against you guys in most of these. So if we can't get past week 1, that certainly will be a bummer. I really like Hunter Henry as well. RB group, nothing good. All right, let's just go Cedric Tillman here. At least he's got a unique buy. Got to try to keep stacking players that are just like live bodies. Running backs that are just live bodies. Quarterbacks, tight ends. At this point, anybody who's scoring for me I appreciate. If you're putting up numbers, if you're putting up points, if you're a starter on your team, if you're out there putting up a number once every 3 games, good enough. That's who I'm looking for. Here we go. Let's see. Worst pick, round 11. It's hard to, the picks aren't that bad here. In fairness, it's like, it's all good. To me, in this round, my least favorite pick, probably, man. No, I'm fine with what went in round 11. It's hard to find bad picks at this point. I think that's almost something we had to reserve for the earlier rounds. I don't think it really works here. Like, who the hell knows from these guys? We're late in the draft. 144, Bryce Young. We got Roshan, Fergie, Tillman. Yeah, there goes Jerome Ford. So we've got our players from that Cleveland backfield starting to move up. Dylan Sampson, Jerome Ford. Who's it going to be? I don't fucking know. Going to take my favorite, round 14 guy, Wandy Robb. Wandy, let's fucking go. What do we know about Wandy? He gets targets every week. He gets lots of red zone targets. QB play, not good. No replacement wide receivers were brought in on the Giants. It's still the same guys. There he is. What's up, Brett? Little Draft-a-Palooza action. Good to have you in the audience checking it out. Guys, I think the worst pick segment, I can't really keep it going. These look fine. I don't love Kyle Pitts. Like, I can tell you who I don't love. I don't love Kyle Pitts. He's not one of my favorite players this year. Whatever, Team doesn't seem to like him. I think he's a bust. Just kind of look at some of the teams here, see what people did. Let's see if there are any dead teams. Oh, yeah, we got a dead team. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, you ready? Next segment, dead teams segment. You love the dead team segment. People who draft stupid and will not advance past round 1 because they drafted so stupid. They gave themselves no chance. I hope it's not one of you who are in the chat. That would be so embarrassing for me, because the last thing I want to do is diss the people in my chat. Literally, I appreciate your hanging out and being in the chat. So I don't want to make you feel bad about your draft. So hopefully it's not one of you guys. But let's see here. Fungul, good job. Yep. Looks pretty good. Got 4 starting running backs. Fine by me. Grelly, Kamara, Pollard, Jones. Little sketchy group right there. But a lot of super stud wide receivers to make up for it. I think he'll probably be okay. Razor. Yeah, Gibbs, Kyron. I don't love Joe Mixon, but you're probably more right than I am. I certainly don't love double stud QB, but I don't love that. K-Shack, Judy, Addison, Mims. So this draft is looking a little soft at wide receiver because of the double QB thing. It's always going to look like that. Nothing you can do about it. Of course it's going to look like that. Of course. Big Pun, Barkley, Brian Robinson, Ray Davis. This is already trouble. He might make up for it, but I doubt it. So RB, and then backups. I don't think it's a good way to do it. Got to keep an eye on my turn as I'm going through this. Fact 74. Yeah, you got 3 solid running backs there, solid QB. I mean, it's just a good draft. You're doing great. Keep it up. Stash. Yeah, this is fine. Of course, myself. Yeah, we got 4 starting running back. That's great. This one though, Rothy, who was making some weird ass picks. Taylor, fine, but then Jordan Mason, Todd J. Spears. This is very much more like a team built to come on strong late in the season. I don't love that approach. So, we'll see if that works out for you, buddy. You know what I mean? All right, let me see here. We got another pick in a moment. Rothy's just auto picking at this point. Frothy Rothy. I like that pick, though. I like that pick. I was going to take him. It messed me up. That just messed me up. D-Ron Waller, fine. Get our third tight end in there. We got 4 running backs, 7 wide receiver, 3 tight end, 2 quarterbacks. And we're very weak at wide receiver. So we're going to I think piling them on for these last few picks might be how I do it. Let's see. Rothy, though. Yeah, this guy has a team built more to come on strong late in the season. You got to get there. You're eliminated. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Tarara made a lot of bad picks. Could get through. High risk, but like Reek, RJ Harvey, meh. Tyrone and Scattaboo. So you basically lock down the running back situation on the worst team in the NFL by wasting an 8th and 9th round pick. I'm going to say that combo is like the worst picks of the draft. Footballing. This guy did not bother to take running backs either. He's not going to make it past round 1. Yeah, I like Malik. Of course, I love Nico. Yes, I like McBride. Adams is the man. Smith, fine. Pacheco, acceptable. Jalen Warren, flex. There's no RB2 on this team. He's going to have some trouble, but if it works out, it'll work out really well. Of course, this person here just drafted all the injured players. He had no idea what the fuck he's doing. Spartan is not a serious person. This could be an auto draft or something like that. There's no, Janty. He's taking Judkins. He's taking Rashee Rice. It's just stupid. So that's a dead team. Thank you for that. Spartan, right? Yeah. The good thing is he got a couple of good picks early. He could still get there just by like sheer will. Oh, auto picked. I should have prepped for that pick a little bit sooner than I did. You know what? I'll take Aaron Rodgers. Fine. Whatever. Whatevs. Do I love it? No. Oronde Gadsden is getting some buzz in LA, by the way. A couple of tight ends are getting a little buzz right now. Gadsden in LA, a little Fannin talk going on here and there. Definitely some TEs getting some buzz. Oh, talk about late picks of wide receivers that could help. I'm thinking Valdez Scantling is a name we don't see a lot of. Noah Brown is acceptable. Just scroll down here for that last pick. Tolbert, I think is fine. Tolbert report. Roman Wilson, I think is fine. Westbrook Akine could be really good. Guys, for your last pick, especially in not this format, especially in like the standard upside formats, you really want to avoid like the last pick of like whoever's right here. Whoever is at the top. Oh, I can't see my screen. You can't see that part of my screen. But whoever's at the top of the ADP board, I'm looking to avoid those guys. And instead, in the final round, just really scroll down and take a name that might be a little bit lower owned. So we'll go with like maybe Valdez Scantling for this one. I think Westbrook Akine is in that group. Josh Reynolds is in that group. Maybe Curtis Samuel. Last season, no one drafted Juwan Jennings. He was an afterthought kind of player, like a Ray McLeod style afterthought player. Ray-Barry McLeod could be that. Dontavian Wicks could be that. So you want to grab those kind of names late. It's just like getting into the GPP and you put, you know, in DFS, you have to, Ray worked last year. I'm not, so Ray Zanny, I am not super happy with your draft. Not going to lie. It's not so much the Mixon pick, which is fine. Mixon is just my personal kind of like, I have a little bias against him, whatever. That pick is fine. No, obviously double QB in it. I don't think it's the right way to go. I just don't think it's the right way to go here because what ended up happening is, and I get it. I get everything. I get that, you know, with Lamar and Joe Burrow, you could get 30 points from QB most weeks or 25 plus. You're going to get that most weeks. And that might be enough. But then the problem is all this draft capital on quarterback, on QB, like right here. So instead of taking George Pickens or DK Metcalf or Smith, right? These guys are pretty good. Calvin Ridley, Waddle. You've got QB number 2. And now we're scrambling and you get Khalil Shakir, who is fine, but nothing special. Then you got Jerry Jeudy. Again, fine, nothing special. Addison might not play for a few weeks. This is going to be tough, right? Who's playing for you? So now you have Marvin Mims and you look close, even Naylor for, oh, okay. So you did that. Yeah. I mean, that was a good call, but just because this is not where a running back goes out and then the next player automatically steps up. Wide receivers don't work like they just throw it more to Hawkinson and Jefferson too. And that can happen. My concern with this team is like, you're effectively relying on like a Marvin Mims Jr. to put up numbers in those first 3 weeks or some of these other guys. So it's just a little soft. It's a little soft and it's even softer at wide receiver without Rashee Rice. That's my issue with it. But we do have some dead lineups in here. So you should be able to get past week 1. Yeah, this is a good, Ivan Drago. It's always a good draft for Drago. This is a good draft. Solid. Penix. I want to see if you can give up your, Darnell with Penix. So you got a little forced stacky there. Just, I know you were wanting to stack somebody there. So, but like realistically, the seed, it's totally messed with my process. You guys know, if you've been watching the Eliminator, I always take running backs with like the first 3 in the first 4 picks, always. And sometimes 4 in the first 6 or 7 picks, because I feel that the running back position is what allows you to dominate the cash game type of contest, those head-to-heads, those one-on-ones. Yes, we'll get 30-point player. We'll get 30-point days out of Lamb, but they're just not as frequent. If he doesn't score the touchdown, he's getting you under 20, and the running backs are just going to score more touchdowns, and that's what matters here. So it did mess me up a little bit. All right, we got an Eliminator draft in there. That was a fun one. Richardson with that last pick. There you go. Okay. Let's get back to the lobby. We'll pick another contest here. Rookies and sophomores. You want to do this crazy one? Rookies and sophomores? Yeah. Fuck it. R and S. This will be a fast one. There's not as many. Let me see what the rules are on this thing. Hold on. All right, so 50,000 entries. It's a lot. Tournament breakdown. There we go. How does it work? Yeah. Qualifiers and then finals. Week 15, 16, 17. So you get the sprint at the end. The standard. Fuck it. You guys want to do a rookies and sophomores draft? Let's go. This might not fill very fast, so I don't know. I'm a little nervous about choosing this one, but because it might not fill fast. Yeah, it's a smaller. Oh, there's only 4. There's only 4 players in here, so this one should go in like 5 minutes. We'll do, is it filling another puppy? They fill those damn puppies so fast. Do a rookies and sophomores. How many positions does your team have, though? This is the problem with this one. I can't see what the actual starting positions are. All right, we're full. So let's take a look at who the wide receivers are. We need one QB. So we got Daniels. We got a lot of rookie and sophomore QBs to choose from. I'm picking first. Running back group, we got Janty, Bucky, Trev. You know, some decent ones. Wide receivers, of course, we got all the studliness. This has been a really good kind of like year or two for wide receivers. So plenty of wide receivers available. QBs outside of Jaden Daniels, like I don't really feel that different about Bo Nix, Caleb, May. This trio for me is all the same. So the only real material edge you could probably get is with Jaden, but I don't think it's a big enough edge for me to care that much. Who's in here? Fact is in here. Max, so Fact 74 joined me, and I'm assuming that the other names, Maxi and Eric Rabe, are not here in this chat with us. I don't know. But, oh shit, we're on the clock. So it's between Janty and Malik for me. I'm going to take Janty, but, you know, because I think it's just scarcer. The running backs, there's just fewer of them. You only need one. But there's just fewer of them. I don't know if I like being on the pole. I kind of like this middle spot, this end spot for this. So the end guy, he takes Jaden and what, Brian Thomas, I'm assuming? Yeah. So we still have some good players left. Everybody wants to go after the QBs. Good luck with that. My pick is going to come up so fast that I can't even, it comes up so fast that I can't even really wait. I mean, I think this is like an easy, I got to take Ladd. I'm going to take Made Omarion. And we got two stud running backs. There is a flex, I believe. Yeah. I don't know if there's a flex, actually. I don't really know. I don't know what the starting positions are. Guys in the chat, again, if somebody could look it up, who actually starts for the team? Like, how many players are we actually having starting for us? So I want to show the, in the chat, if you guys can figure that out, it would be super helpful. Should have paid attention to that before we started this. So, yeah, this guy took two. So we've got two QBs off the board so far. Only me and one other still need a QB. Wide receiver group, still strong. Still some very good wide receivers floating around. Let's see how that transpires. So he goes Trevion Henderson, leaves me Tet McMillan, right? From here, I go with Ricky Pearsall. There's still a lot of good ones, though. Let's see. Yeah, I think we go with Pearsall here. All right. So now I'm loaded at wide receiver. I got McConkey, Tet, Pearsall. I've got Janty and Made Omarion as my two running backs. And next run, if they last, I will need a QB. It's very possible that these guys will eat all the quarterbacks by the time it gets back to me. We'll see. So, Fact, you've already got Bo Nix. You're good. And I think Eric Rabe should be good at QB. He's got Jaden Daniels, right? You still need players. You need wide receivers, which means we'll see if I can get Caleb back to me on the comeback, or Drake. Either way. Oh wow, Eric Rabe jumps ADP for McCarthy, gets his second QB. That's probably not the smartest move, but we'll take the gift of Drake May. Yeah, I think you got to take Rome Odunze there. So we've got a pretty good looking group of wide receivers here, a couple strong running backs. I like my chances. QB is going to be the QB will be the probably the downfall of me, but we'll see. I probably waited too long. Everybody wisely got their second quarterback, and so I'm probably going to be in a little bit of trouble when it comes to that. But Drake May, week 14, we're rocking up till week 14, whatever. Like Tyler Shook is barely a second quarterback. I doubt we'll see almost any games this year with Tyler Shook scoring more than 12 or 13. So he's not an exciting backup by any stretch of the imagination. Like, it's kind of gross, but I really have no choice here. I guess we just had to do it. Well, if you're going to leave me a Mecca Igboga, you guys are going to continue to leave me all the studs, all the talent. Fine, I'll take it. This was super fast. I could do a few of these. Like, this was fun. A couple more rounds. It's hard to get a material edge in this format, but it's just rookies and sophomores. I'm still not 100% clear on how many people actually are the starters. Like, I don't know how many players are starting in your lineup. It just doesn't show it. Roster. Okay, here we go. 1 RB, 1 QB, 1 flex, 2 wide receiver, tight end. Okay, there it is. 1 QB, 1 RB, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. So at the most, I can only have 2 running backs. Oh, I did Garendo. Oops. I just misclicked. I wanted Benson. Oh, well. Now we got Garendo and Benson. Oh, yeah. Everything is a blue moon / gummy activity. Everything. But certainly if it's later in the day. Well, I got Dart with my last pick, in case you couldn't see it. So just a real quick recap here for me. Fact 74, I'll do a little recap for you too, since you're in here. The only one who got in here with me. Fact 74, Bucky, all you need is one. Fine. Scattaboo. We got Brock. We got Travis Hunter, Golden, Bo Nix. Brock can't complain. Yeah, Hunter over Tet or Trevion. I would have taken, I have both Trevion, but definitely Tet and Pearsall above Hunter early season. And that's about it. Scattaboo, you got Penix there. Good draft. I'm pretty happy with the way mine went. I got the 2 stud running backs. I got really a trio of great wide receivers as well. So the only real issue I'm going to have, I think, is at quarterback. And my big mistake was right here when I took Drake May, I should have double tapped with Penix or Ward. You got to get that second QB in there. So that was an error on my part. And Odunze better fucking be good, because I'm stuck with Tyler Shook and now, Dart as my backups, which are not, that's not a great group. Very fun contest. Super fast draft. I liked it. So that was cool. All right, Ray, are you ready? Let's do, I guess the Puppy 2 is filling up. We'll do another one. Puppy 2. The standard. the chalk contest. What time is it? 5:20? All right. We're about an hour 20. About an hour in. We can do another one. Puppy 2. Who's in? Let's go. Get more people in here. We got 99 people watching live. What's up? Like, subscribe, make a comment. Do whatever you do. You got a question about your dynasty team. You got to make a trade, anything like that. You can drop it in the chat. I will answer your fantasy football questions live during this draft, guys. I'll answer whatever it is. Draft starts in 60 seconds. Let's fucking go. I need to get a blue moon. Can I run for a blue moon? You know what? 60 seconds? 60 seconds? I'm 111? All right. I'm making a mad dash for the blue moon. All right, did I make it? Did I make it in time? What's up? All right. Oh, made it into... Oh. Nothing better than cracking open your blue moon with a little DFS Army bottle opener. That's right. We send swag out. We send out swag when you win tournaments at DFS Army. And part of the swag comes with an awesome, not just bottle opener, but a beautiful bag clip, which my wife picked out lovingly for all of the swag winners. All right, here we go. Draft is live. Justin Jefferson, Bijan. The names are flying off the board. There goes Puka. Who's in here with us? Razor, you in here? Bro, how did you not make it? This was for you. I did it for you. Christian McCaffrey goes. So now we're down to sort of like level 2 running backs. Although I'd say Janty is going Derrick Henry. Yeah, let's go, Jay. Welcome to the crew. Blue Moon celebration for you, my friend. All right, we're on the clock. Hold up. Wow, they're going to give me a start of Janty and Derrick Henry. I feel like took it away. Achane, Taylor, Bucky, or we could just go Brian Thomas. Oh, shit. Achane. I love Achane. All right, fuck it. All right, we know the deal with Achane, guys. We know the deal with Devon. Either he's winning us this league this year, or Tua gets hurt, he bumps his little head, and Tua, here's the problem with Achane. I say the same shit over and over again, but I don't know who's listening. One little bump to the head from Tua, Achane is finished. He's finished. It's a dangerous pick. But when Achane is out there with Tua, healthfully, he's winning you the league. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Get on. We're drafting best ball teams together. So, Achane, he's so risky. He's so flimsy of a play. Any little thing and he's toast. So that's my concern with Achane. And here's the thing. Like, Achane at least has upside, but Tyreek Hill at pick 211 has almost no upside. Look at Breece Hall moving up. Fangul, man. Come on, bro. I know we talked about Breece Hall, but this might be taking it too far. Maybe not. You could be right. You could be right. You could be right about that spot. Maybe Breece Hall belongs where you're taking him. Cheers. Oh, yeah. So, I hope so. Good of you. Watch the stream. This is a new time for the stream, guys. I'm normally on. I've been on most of the season. I've been doing these at noon. But it's, you know what? It's the heart of summer. I'm going to keep it real. I got shit to do. Like, I'm trying to go out and play some golf some days with my kid. I got shit to do. So I was like, you know what? Let's switch it to later in the day, kind of after the outdoor activity time of the day. Summer. I'm like a teacher. We're supposed to have the summer off. Any of you guys a teacher? Anybody in the crowd? You know, we have a lot of people who work for DFS Army that are teachers. It's a very common occupation for like DFS analysts because the teachers, they have extra time. I don't know how else to put it. They have extra time. Like there's no other way. I'm taking JSN here. That's one of my first shares of Jackson Smith and Jigba, primarily because I normally take Devontae Adams ahead of him, but somebody took Devontae Adams ahead of him in this draft. So that's how it goes. See, Darth Pasta, that's what's up. You must know by now that we end up with a lot of people who work for DFS Army that are teachers. Darth is kind of like, not really, but kind of, yeah, right? So the reason is, I think, because you're home so fucking early from work. That's my reason. Like, am I wrong, Darth Pasta? Like, why do you have this extra time? It's you're home early from work. Like, it's not a long day. There's other shit, you know, and you want to like do something fulfilling. That's where DFS comes in, right? A little fulfilling. But some teachers, man, get home by 2. It's an early day. Rasheed Rice, Matty Locks, bro. Who are you? What are you doing? Are these auto drafters? Are they just stupid? I don't get it. Why would you take Rasheed Rice sitting on in round 4? Now, this is a little further back than he's been going. So maybe he felt like, I'm getting a bargain on Rasheed Rice. And if that's the case, cool beans. All right, you got it done. Good for you. Well done. But I'm like, why would you take Rasheed Rice? He's sitting on a potential massive suspension. 6, 7, 8 games. By the time he comes back, your team is dead. You're not in it anymore, bro. You can't have a 4th round pick. Like, you can't have high picks go down and still be competitive in this. Or maybe I guess you could, but I don't think so. Can't think the Jets don't try to force feed their 2 game breakers and try something different. Yeah. That is the thing about it too. I'm a bit of a teacher at heart, Darth Pasta. You know, if I was to be a teacher, I've thought about this. I could never really be a teacher, I don't think, because I have like personally, I have an extreme need for like reward specific to my skill set. Like even when I worked in a corporate job, just for the first year out of college over at Morgan Stanley, Morgie Stizzles, as we called it back in the day, Morgan Stanley, I worked there. And I was in the back office and I was like, man, this fucking sucks. Right? I felt like just a number. It wasn't fun. Yeah, this is true. I mean, I'm going to throw that on screen because this is very true. And if you guys don't know anything of what we have going on at DFS Army, I mean, this is a big part of it. But like our staff is just like really helpful. And we all try to help each other out. That's kind of what we do. Right? And our members, not each other, our members, the subs, we love it when the subs win. Like, I've never seen such celebration as when like a random member wins $1 million or a $500,000 prize. Everybody is cheering it. It's fucking awesome. I love that. But I don't know what's going on in this draft. There's some weird shit going down. There goes Chuba. Chuba dropped massive in this draft. Like, I've not seen Chuba there at all. That's a massive drop. And I really wish I got Chuba, because now I'm kind of in a zone where I'm not in love with it. But I think I have an idea. Since I don't love the group of... Yeah, I'm going to get one of my rare James Conner shares. I don't have a lot of James Conner this year. That'll be a rare one. Yeah, I think we do it different. I really do like to think that we do it different at DFS Army. I really like to think it, because it's from the top down. I learned early on, man. One of the things I was talking about with one of my friends the other day is just about not being cocky. Just not being arrogant. I don't like arrogant people. And yet, this format of having a podcast and doing a live stream, I think rewards arrogance in some ways. Like, people like to see like a confident, cocky person, I guess. I don't know. I think this is Addison. Bro, come on. He's going to be suspended, dude. But anyway, let me put the board. You guys prefer the draft board on screen like this? Yeah, I'll just leave it like this. Kind of see a little bit of everything. See what I see. But I don't like arrogant. And in fantasy football, I think arrogance will kill you because you're wrong all the time. And so I used to be like, no, don't play that guy. He sucks. You suck. And then I learned, like, man, yeah, that guy might suck, but every once in a while, those guys pop off. And when you're like so adamantly against something, you tell somebody who had an interesting idea, like, no, you're stupid. That ends up fucking you, and you come back looking like an idiot when that guy goes off. It's happened to me a million times. So I learned, I was like, man, don't be arrogant about your picks for fantasy football. Like, you're probably fucking wrong, right? We don't know that much more than the next guy. The wisdom of the crowd is good. ADPs, especially here on Underdog, are relatively correct. And, you know, the more you try to give your strong takes, a lot of times, the more you look like an idiot. So I say, I love the wisdom of the crowd. I love having a lot of people all talking about fantasy football in a Discord, all talking about DFS in a Discord, all talking about best ball or whatever else in a Discord, kind of strategizing together and also rooting one another on. Like, that to me is a big part of it. Backing each other up. Genuinely happy. Listen, we all feel a little bit of jealousy when somebody wins, right? People, it's a natural thing. But what I always say is, like, when you see like average Joe guy winning 50K, that inspires me. Wow, if he did it, I can do it. So it's not like, fuck, why him? Why not me? That's not the way you want to think. You want to think, fuck yeah, if he could do it, I can do it. Ray Zanian here, 200K winner. I don't feel jealousy towards that. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I want to do that shit too. Yeah, that's right. You never hear me say that I'm definitely right about something. I just think I figured something out. I will share with you what I think I figured out. I'll share with you what I think I figured out. Yeah, sure. I'm going to tell you that because I believe in doing content. I actually have a theory about doing content. And my doing content theory is you gotta tell everything. Basically, my theory with doing content, like, we're doing these streams and I'm drafting an actual team with my actual money on it, right? So like, hey, Kev, why aren't you like actively throwing shade at the chat and, you know, trying to get them to make stupid picks so it will help my team? That is not good content, right? So you have to make a decision like, hey, I'm going to give you my takes. I'm going to tell you who my favorite players are. I'm going to tell you why I like those players. I'm going to tell you why I might be wrong. I don't fucking know. But you have to either be a player only or be a content creator. So I sacrificed a little bit of like keeping my own shit to myself to share with everybody. Now, part of that is I don't think my own shit is all that great. Like, what the fuck? What do I know? Yeah. Ray Zanny won 200K. And I was like inspired not to say, fuck Ray, I want to win. Why you? Why not me? No, that wasn't my inspiration. I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I want to be that too. And we have conversations. How'd you do it? Oh, you draft a lot of teams. Okay, you put a lot of effort into it. Sure, why not? So that, it inspires me. Maybe I can do it too. Maybe I should put more effort into sitting down and drafting teams, thoughtful teams, or asking people who have done well, hey, any little techniques that you think kind of helped you along the way? Any people that helped you? So I'm always like, for me, I'm always wanting to learn more. And I believe firmly that like a lot of times I get great advice from the people in the chat. I really do. Like, that's why I love the chat. I never rip on it. I never diss it. It's the opposite. And especially when you throw out a name that I wasn't thinking about that week, I'm like, before I like automatically react negative, let me like think that through. Why is this name coming up so much? Why am I hearing that name from 2 or 3 people? What is going on with this player? Who was it last year? Mims Jr. might have been that last year when we nailed him on that week where he went crazy. Why am I hearing Mims Jr. all over the place? I'm like, you know what? I'm hearing it so much. Maybe there's something to it. Let me look a little deeper. Let me dive in. Oh, this is happening. Oh, that's happening. Oh, this guy, his snap count has been increasing, and this other guy's snap count's decreasing. Oh, okay. All right. I see. That's how it goes. Just trying to figure it out. All right. Let me figure out what's going on in this draft. I got 3 running backs, Connor, Henry, H.N. I've got 3 wide receivers so far, Jennings, Worthy, JSN. I was hoping that I could steal Pearsall and do this sort of thing that I was planning on doing, but it didn't work out. I was going to get Pearsall and then try to get Brock Purdy, who's available now, but I didn't get Pearsall. So now he's gone. So now I have to rethink everything. Looking at the running back group again, we're beyond the starters, although J.K. Dobbins might be considered a starter. Mims was dating Peyton's daughter. See, I don't even know this part. Oh shit! Oh, I'm on the clock. I don't know what I'm doing. QB, fuck it. Take Drake May. Panicked. Didn't know what was happening. On the clock. I keep forgetting that my 2 picks are really close together in this one. Was he dating Peyton's daughter, though? For real? All of the NFL got together and said, if there's one guy in the entirety of the NFL that we don't want anywhere near our daughter, it's Stephon Diggs. When dudes say that about another dude, you got to believe them. Diggs must be a nasty motherfucker. You've heard that, right, guys? That I think it was on the Vikings where they went around and they asked the players, which teammate of yours do you want nowhere near your daughter? And every single one of them agreed that Diggs was the guy they don't want anywhere near their woman, their child, their daughter, their anything, their sister. Steffi Diggs, man. With the pink powder on the boat. Never go on a boat. I never go on a boat. I'm going to share something personal with you guys. I don't go anywhere near a boat. I want nothing to do with it. Have you ever watched The Sopranos? If you've watched The Sopranos, you know that getting out, invited onto the boat does not end well. You don't want to be on the boat. But I'm the big pussy on the boat. Only bad things. When you're out on a boat in the middle of the ocean, there's no law. There's no rules. It's just pure madness and chaos. They'll murder you out there. No one cares. Toss you over. No one will know the better. You go on a boat with P. Diddy? You want to go on a boat locked on the ocean somewhere with no escape? P. Diddy there coming at you with some baby oil, spiked baby oil? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Diggs probably chartered that boat with the hose. I mean, strippers and hose on a boat, that's literally what Diggs is known for. You don't just start taking strippers and hose out onto boats like out of nowhere. That's something that you're doing the whole time. He's definitely taking hose out on the boat. Definitely sounds like something Diggs would do. That's why everybody was like, yeah, that's right. No one's safe on a boat. If somebody asks you to take a boat ride with them, you need to be suspicious. Why does he want me on the boat? And by the way, if you're a woman, and to the ladies who are watching this, I'm just going to say this to you ladies. And I know we get a lot of ladies in the BestBall-a-Palooza. They think it's what do you call it? Like Lollapalooza. They think it's a concert. They show up here, the ladies. But if you're here right now, it's not Lollapalooza. We're at Draft-a-Palooza. But here's the thing. If a guy ever asks you out on a boat, I want you to think, do I trust this person with my life? Because that's what you're doing. You're trusting that person with your life in the middle of the ocean. They can do whatever they want. There's going to be a lot of pressure. You're not going to be able to really say no. There's nowhere for you to run or hide on a boat. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Do not go on a boat unless you fully trust the people. That's for the women. For the men, more of a Fredo big pussy kind of thing. Plus, I get sick on boat sick. I mean, that's the main reason for me. I just get sick. I get nauseous on the boat. There's no way. Seasickness. I'm out. I'm out. Not interested. We've got two quarterbacks, Mayfield and May. I'm good with those two. We've got a 5-pack of super stud running back. Not really super studs, but we got Derrick Henry, HN, got to stay healthy. Connor, Javonte Benson. Wouldn't mind backing up HN as well with Jalen Wright a little later. Get a really strong group of running backs. Tight end, still soft. Wide receiver, JSN, Worthy, Juwan Jennings, Keon Coleman. So my wide receiver group leaves something to be desired. If we can cobble together some goodness here, I think we'll have a nice team for this puppy run. No one's going to convince me. You know what? You can't convince me that Blue Moon is not the best of beers. It's not the king of beers. There are other good ones. But none of those other ones come with a slice of orange on the cup. That makes all the difference with Blue Moon action. All right, let's talk drafts. Let's take a look at what's going on in this draft. I'm gonna bring up the big board. I'm gonna bring up the big board on screen. We're gonna do a little critique of this thing. Okay. Let's see where we're at. There goes Quentin Johnston. So again, with Quentin Johnston, Jalen Wright was going to grab him, so he's gone. With Quentin Johnston, listen, the big news, not really big, but that when Mike Williams was cut from the Chargers, that opened things up for Quentin Johnston to kind of be a, let's call it an important piece for this season. I forgot about stacking because my head is so in the fucking other contest that I literally forgot about stacking this whole time. I don't have any correlation with my QB at all. I'm going to do the closest thing to a correlative pick here with Hunter Henry to go along with my Drake May pick. But yeah, I did. I was talking so much, just nonsense, talking literal nonsense this whole fucking time. And I forgot that this isn't the eliminator and we should be correlating our lineups. That's the problem. Totally forgot. Let's see what's going on here in the draft. So we got Fungul with us in this one. Is that it? Is this just me and you, Fungul? That's a first. So it's just me and Polak Hillbilly. He's a Polak Hillbilly. That means you're from Poland, but you live like in the Adirondacks or in the hills. Where do you actually live, Fungul? What, like, don't be too specific, but it's like, is it like the Ozarks? Is it like the Virginias, the Carolinas? Where? I'm thinking of places where hillbillies are. Carolinas, the Adirondacks, anywhere. Is it the Ozarks, the Adirondacks? It's some mountain range. You can't be a hillbilly if you're not in mountain country. Could be Texas, and you just kind of like, hey, we do it that way here. I feel like if you have vehicles, just extra vehicles in your driveway. Oh, yeah, dude. That's hillbilly, bro. That's real. See, you're not a faker. That's the real shit. Rural Kentucky. I don't even know where Kentucky is. I'm like, I don't even know where Kentucky actually is. That's how rural Kentucky is. It's like, I assume it's somewhere by where Missouri is. That's intense. That's badass, though. I feel like this is a spot where somebody would like have like a spoon and somebody else like two spoons and do like some bluegrass. Like, like with spoons and shit. Do they do that over there? Like they take the two spoons. Somebody got a fiddle, got the spoon thing. And it's like, da, 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 and but making awesome music. Like the Peterson family is from rural Kentucky. The Petersons. You know about the Petersons. Miles Sanders, not a good pick. Not a good pick. Miles Sanders is so fucking bad. Yeah. They got the real churches in Kentucky. Like, that's the place where the church, you go to church and they remove demons from you, like in real time. Like he's like, I will pull the demon out of you, and then you start talking in tongues. You're like, yep, he got the he did it. Then you're like doing the tongues thing. Fuck yeah. So you got to bring your own spoons. Action. All right, we've got two tight ends, not enough wide receivers. So we're getting thin at wide receiver here. Ain't a whole lot left. So we'll go Calvin Austin for the Steeler action. Can use some more tight ends. It's round 15. I could use another QB as well. If I think I'm going to take Samwise the Scared here with my next pick. I think Sam Darnold is like a pretty good quarterback pick. I love taking him in round 15, like around 16. This is a bargain price for your Darnold could be your second QB, and it's fine. He's good. He scored well last year. He's not a good player, but he scored well last year. Oh, see, Polak, by the way, this is like you're getting beyond my knowledge. I know that there's some shit with snakes that goes on in churches too. I've heard of this, but I'm like, you got to be from Kentucky to really believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen a documentary on it and I was like, man, that's weird. That's fucking weird. But that was the end of it. Like, I didn't know. It's like, then I forgot about it. But now I kind of remember that there's a weird fucking thing with churches and snakes in some hillbilly ass places. And now you're bringing it up. And this is like bringing back memories of that particular documentary. Arroyo, just want to mention this. M. Jerky just took Edgar or whatever Arroyo as his tight end pick. Sexy pick right now. That's a rookie. The Seahawks let Noah Fant go. They dropped him. Salary cap reasons. Don't know why, but they got rid of Noah Fant. And in his stead, they really have nothing. AJ Barner and the rookie Arroyo. So the thought is Arroyo, an interesting late pick in these drafts. Another name, guys, to keep an eye on at running back, and this is probably more for DraftKings for me, but maybe not. I want to mention this because I've been thinking about this guy, right? Elijah Mitchell is everybody's taking the wrong running back for Kansas City. Elijah Mitchell, the coaching staff / front office was talking about Elijah Mitchell in the same light as they talked about Jerick McKinnon. They see Mitchell as like a third down, scat back, pass catcher type of guy that has been a very lucrative role on Kansas City. So Elijah Mitchell may lock down what could be a very lucrative role. We're all a little nervous about Pacheco. Did he lose some explosiveness? What's going on with this guy? And so you've got Elijah Mitchell, again, undrafted in these contests, by the way. No, zero. Not drafted at all. And, we only have 2 tight ends. Yeah, we need a third. 10, 14. I'm just checking the bye weeks. Jatavion Sanders. I'm going to take Waller. I'm going to tell you why. One of my things with Waller is like, if Tua gets hurt, he's probably toast. Well, if Tua gets hurt, HN is done, and this team will probably be done anyway, so it won't matter. Where was I, though? Yeah, Elijah Mitchell, possible final pick. I might do it. If I wasn't so light at wide receiver with just 6 of them, I really think I need another one to make this team a little more well-rounded. Go Naylor. Naylor scored a bunch of touchdowns last year. I can dice roll it with Keenan Allen. Let's go Jalen Naylor. No, Keenan. Gonna hope he gets a job. That's what we're gonna do. All right, we're coming to the end of this draft here. I'm the end of my draft, so let's do a quick breakdown. They Love Brandon, are you in here with us? Did you draft in this one with us, guys? Elijah Mitchell, just like if he doesn't do anything this year, forget I said it. But if he does play the Jerick McKinnon role, I want you to remember that I was in that fucking Draft-a-Palooza stream with Geek, and he mentioned it. And then you're going to remember me and you'd be like, that guy, maybe he's not a moron. Maybe he does have a good take or two in between the bad takes. Depends who you are. If you're a glass half empty guy, all you're going to remember is the bad takes. If you're a glass half full person, you're going to remember the good takes. I like my glass half full people. Quick rundown, and then we'll wrap up Draft-a-Palooza for Monday, Money Day. Todd N was in there. Todd N, which one are you? Let me know who you are. I'll do a little recap here, and if you tell me who you are, I'll recap your team. That's how we do it here in Draft-a-Palooza. Meanwhile, I'll just do a quick rundown. Fungul with us as always, the Polak hillbilly himself. Triple start with great running backs. Lexi Dog 17. Oh, there you are, right in the middle. Okay. So we'll start with Fungul here. Saquon, Hall, Chase Brown, great start. Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley. I'm telling you, Ridley's going to have a big year. Don't worry about your tight ends, Todd. That's the last thing you got to be worried about. You're going to be fine. There's so many tight ends. we'll figure out where you could have done it different, by the way. So Ridley, Cortland Sutton, Matthew Golden, Marvin Mims. Yeah, Hollywood. There we go. Kyle Williams. It's a pretty good overall draft. Pacheco, you got 4 starting running backs. I'm good with this. Evan Ingram, well-rounded. Good draft. Let's see here. Lexi Dog 17 in the chat with us. Yeah, sometimes tight ends, you should be able, like round 15 and beyond, you should be able to just load up 14. But let's see how we did here. We got Justin Jefferson. Marvin Harrison's not my favorite this year. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Devontae Adams. I'm going to take a lot of those guys ahead of Marvin Harrison. Just personally, we'll see. Ted McMillan, I love him. We got Taylor and Kenny Walker, Brian Robinson. So a little soft at running back as well. Kyler, Justin Fields, double tap. That's fine. Shaheed, Christian McCaffrey, some backup running backs, backups. Oh, yeah. Dude, you waited too long. This waited a little too long at tight end. So you're going to struggle at that position a little bit. Yeah, and Adams going one spot before, that would have fucked me up too. But really, yeah, this was like, here, I'll just tell you exactly where you should have gone different. Already here, Michael Wilson. You don't need to take Michael. Take Brenton Strange. Take Hunter Henry there. Or those guys went before, actually. Let's see. Who went next? Oh, yeah. Mason Taylor, Jawan. So you kind of missed the good ones. Maybe here, the Tua pick? Where are... No, I lost my spot here. Shaheed. Yeah, I mean, I would have just... You could have just done it a little sooner. Obviously, I think you know. You waited a little too long at tight end, and your guys are kind of soft. Let's see who else. It's just me. So I'm Chief ST. What's up? Derrick Henry, Devon Achane, super stud starting pair. JSN, Worthy now with no Rashee Rice, going to be a stud. Jawan Jennings with Pearsall on the pup list, with everybody hurt. I think it's an acceptable thing. I have a lot of Pearsall, but that's acceptable. Got Jimmy Connor to start us out, but we got Trey Benson. Now, I'm not a big fan of handcuffing running backs, but I handcuffed Connor because I feel like I didn't spend that much capital on Connor anyway. Late 5th round, fine, right? Late 5th rounder. If I had to spend a 12th round pick to back him up, I did it. I don't preach handcuffing, but I think in this case, it was okay. Got Hunter Henry, Darren Waller. Got a couple of nice tight ends. Travis Kelce. I like Travis Kelce as an 8th rounder. I don't like him as a 1st rounder like last year, but in round 8, are you kidding me? I think the reaction is too severe to the downside, especially hearing that Kelce's in good shape. Listen, I don't trust him. I know Taylor Swift is a succubus. Her vagine sucks his life force out. Keeps her young. But I'm cool with it. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. A little afternoon Draft-a-Palooza action. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like, subscribe, notification bells. Remember, we have it all going on here at DFS Army YouTube channel. Non-stop DFS and fantasy football extravaganza happening here. We got the MLB live show. It's happening live simultaneous. That's why Tattoo is not here. He's doing his show live simultaneous. MLB. We've got weekly MMA breakdowns. I was on the MMA stream this past week. We got weekly NASCAR breakdowns. Whatever you want, we got it going for you here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. I even sometimes do financial advice. There's a show here called Not Financial Advice where I, not financial advice, tell you exactly how you can become a wealthy person. The formula is very simple. America is easy. I went to finance school. They taught it wrong. I figured it out. I'm trying to help people become wealthy. It's slow. It's boring. You probably don't think it's sexy, but you want to see it. Check it out. Not Financial Advice here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday. Maybe this time. Maybe at 4. Maybe if listen, within the Not Financial Advice, I also told you to, I gave 2 stocks out. Palantir at 40. It's at 160 now. And, but I don't want to tout it. I said Palantir and Tesla, whatever. Have they both doubled in 3 months? Yes. That's not, I don't even think I'm special for calling that. The market's up, whatever. I don't even think that's what you want to do. Don't chase fast returns. It's a whole other story. All right, guys. Cheers. We'll see you next time. See you on Wednesday. Probably same time. We're going to go with these 4 o'clock ones. Don't hold me to it. Make sure you have the notification bell on. I'm going to switch them up. Summertime. These are long streams. So we're going to switch up the times a little bit, but we're not going to be but we're going to be doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Take care, everybody. Appreciate all of you. Damn it. I was doing my end stream peace sign and I forgot to hit the button.